bin Laden or Saddam, Shashamene for the Ethiopian Hebrew diaspora is still the issue. Shashamene is still the issue. And it's only when that issue has been properly dealt with and addressed will there be peace in the world.
In November 1930, almost 49 years ago to the day, Rastafari was crowned King of Kings, Lord of Lords, the conquering lion of the tribe of Judah. Haile Selassie, King of Ethiopia. In 1955, 25 years later, the emperor set aside 500 acres of land for black peoples of the West who wished to return to the motherland. Now my question is, what importance should these facts have for black people of the world?
What important facts do these things have for black people in the world?
Yes.
First fact is that them are planning in Africa, right? Next fact is that Christ. No, the whole thing is when Christ then will return as the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, the conquering Lion of Judah. And I see His Majesty as the Christ of the Bible talks about.
Bob always performed with the banner of the emperor behind him. Before Selassie was crowned emperor, he was called Ras, or Prince Tafari, hence the name of the Rastafarian faith.
The Rastafari movement started at the same time when you see His Majesty crowned King of Kings, the name Rastafari.
Yes.
That's when the Bible revealed him and the whole thing get together.
Yes.
So that is where the Rastafari movement.
Africa, unite, 'cause we're moving right out of Babylon, and we're grooving to our father's land. How good and how pleasant it would be before God and man to see the unification of all Rastaman. As it's been said already, let it be done. We are the children of the Rastaman. We are the children of the I am one. So, Africa, unite. Africa, united. Unite for the benefit of our people. 'Cause we're moving right out of Babylon, and we're grooving to our father's land.
The father's land was Ethiopia, ruled by Selassie in an unbroken line of kings that stretched back 3,000 years to the time of Solomon and Sheba.
Unification of all Africans. Marcus Garvey said it, so let it be done. I know you know who you are under the sun. We are the children of the Rastaman. We are the children of the Lion. So
The foundations of Rastafarianism were established in the teachings of Marcus Garvey, the Jamaican firebrand who started the influential Back to Africa movement in the early 1900s. In Psalm 68, Garvey found a sign. Princes shall come out of Egypt. Ethiopia shall soon stretch out her hands unto God.
Yeah, Marcus Garvey. So you must look to the king, look for a king in the east. Black king. 1930, His Majesty crowned. And I cite him because that's when Marcus Garvey always deal with Africa. So, you know, it's just the truth, you know. This is the wrong thing about it is that Christ, him come from Africa and him always born July. You know, Christ is always a lion. Everyone who sit on the throne like King David have to be a lion. Judah.
July was the sign of Judah, the lion. Rastafarians believe Christ was born in July, as was Selassie, the lion of all lions.
Africa, you're my forefather.
see Rome fight it, you know. Rome just fight Ethiopia to set up Rome. So Rome become a symbol in everyone's imagination, in a sense, instead of Ethiopia. In Addis Ababa, which part the reality, not the follow, the real thing come from before men get idea so things like this could happen. You know, that's where the root had come from.
Garvey electrified huge crowds in Harlem, New York, with his cry, "One God, one aim, one destiny. Ethiopia, land of our fathers."
The Founding Fathers ever thought that the First Amendment right to free speech would be claimed by a group as diverse as this.
Racist society. Breeding faster than you think it's a moral consideration.
I doubt it, but that doesn't make their claims invalid.
Maybe this time, I asked him about Ethiopia.
God bless you.
Well, you know, most of us who were nationalistic in thought always looked to a scripture in the Bible that said that Ethiopia one day would stretch forth its hands. And as black people who never thought that we had a stake in the scriptures, but when we found Ethiopia, we found Africa, we found ourselves. So there's a special magic that Ethiopia has. Maybe I'm not using the right word, but it's mystical, it's magical. For black people, Ethiopia, that name, Haile Selassie, among the Rastafari, and among those of us who never saw a black monarch. We saw King George, we saw Queen Elizabeth, we saw all of the white kings and queens, but Haile Selassie gave us somebody that we could look to say, well, some of us were kings.
Record this picture of me in my palace garden at Addis Ababa. People who see this throughout the world will realize that even in the 20th century, with faith, courage, and a just cause, David will still beat Goliath.
Amazing things to see that in the 20th century. You know, in the 20th century here, we have little David, you know, who defeated Goliath, you know, little David defeated Goliath. That's amazing, that David did defeat Goliath.
Moa andesaz imnegede Yehuda. Moa andesaz imnegede Yehuda. Moa andesaz imnegede Yehuda. Imoa.